Good morning everybody and welcome back to Alton Towers. It's my second visit this season. I would have liked to visit more really, but it's 2.5 hours away, so it's a long drive. It's about 5 hours, maybe more, of round trip driving. It's just too much really. It's one of my favourite parks in the UK, but I can't visit as much as I like. So I'd be here every week if I could. But yeah, we're back here to ride my favourites. Get back on Toxicator of course, after riding it on opening day back in March. And then, of course, definitely, Nemesis Reborn and the rest of Forbidden Valley. Maybe get my first ride in Galactica in a few years and do the rest of the park, Smiler, Oblivion, you name it. See what's open, see what's closed. Sometimes it could be a bit iffy on operations here, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, I would always try my best to give you updates as I go around the park during the day. Sometimes I get a bit distracted, but it is what it is. There are a few things I do want to mention. First, they have now got a sponsorship in Forbidden Valley. I think it's official. I've not seen the park officially announced it, but others have mentioned it. Others have taken pictures and posted it on social media. It's got like a big pickup truck with loads of Monster Energy vending machines on the back of it. It's right by the viewing area for where Blade was. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how it looks in the area, but yeah, I'm not so sure about that, but I'll give full judgment when I get down there. And of course, the Sky Ride is open in a few days. I've just missed it. I already had this visit planned for quite a long time ago, so I missed about a few days. Opening on the 30th of April. So yeah, I'm here at the entrance. It's a shame I'm missing out on Sky Ride because you get some great views. And the monorail's closed at the moment. I get here so early now. You've always got to leave so early when you live so far away. For someone like me, you don't want to leave, say, at 7 o'clock and then there's a 4-hour traffic jam that you don't get here in time. So yeah, just wandering around the entrance, having a nice time. I noticed this board over here as well, before we get in the park. This changes throughout the year, doesn't it? I've noticed, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think they have had the map over here at one point. Once upon a shore break at Alton Towers. I've heard a mixture of things about the hotels here, but I've never actually stayed at the hotels. So yeah. If I see any other updates during the day, I'll give it a mention. So yeah, let's wait to get in. About an hour to go actually. Now we've scanned in pretty early actually. It's only just gone 9 o'clock, so I don't think they're expecting a busy day. But here we are at the top of Tower Street. I never actually showed you this on the opening day of Toxicator. But I do love them. I was about to say merch. It's not merch, it's theming. Yeah, still advertising. It's a great house top spin. Wish I could write them, or like I mentioned in the intro, that I wish I could live closer. Yeah. I reckon I'll be there for a few months. They might take it down before I've Scarefest later on in the year. And I admit it, I didn't actually look at the frogs on Tower Street. Normally they theme them up, don't they, to that right to open it. And they did it with the phalanx. Maybe no, they might have got the phalanx out of his own. I can't really remember because I rushed past it last time to get in a queue for Toxicator. So yeah, they have themed it and the pond around it as well. So go and take a quick look. I can just see the phalanx logo on the back of the frogs. That's pretty cool. Look at these little barrels. Yeah, I'm testing out the DJI Mic 2 today, so the audio levels are a bit off. I'm sorry for that, but yeah, look at that. I do love how that is wandering around the pond. Than the traditional, I say traditional, but they were like that at the start of Nemesis Reborn when that opened as well. So yeah, that's fantastic. I do love walking down Tower Street. Yes, it's a long walk from the car park, but it is what it is. You can always exit out of the hotel entrance at the end of the day. So yeah, let's get going, shall we? On to Forbidden Valley. It's about 9:15, walked over to Forbidden Valley, and you guessed it, Nemesis Reborn is not going to open on time. I don't entirely believe the staff when they say that. Sometimes yes, it can be closed for a while, but I've had it when they've closed it. Or not closed it, but not opened it on time, and it is open 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, so yeah, you just got to be aware of what's happening around the area if you want to get a ride. But apparently Toxicator is going to be open according to the staff here, so that should be open on time. Should be able to get 1 or 2 rides on that, maybe single rider if they've got that open. I did hear Toxicator testing as I walked from the car park, so yeah, it's always nice hearing the music in this area. It's such a shame about Nemesis Reborn. I heard it was on one train yesterday. Don't know if that's entirely true, but let's hope it's not today. I think whatever the crowd levels, they should run it on full capacity, because if you can't afford to run multiple trains all the time, then that's no good, is it? So yeah, let's hope that opens actually on time and they're telling a fib. So yeah, Toxicator start of the day, it looks like. It looks great, doesn't it? If you've seen my recent Fantasia vlog, you'll know I much prefer Talacan's theming. But this has got some great music. They've all got great music. All the Hush Toxins I've done, they've all had great theming and music for some reason. Yeah, this one's fantastic. I have seen the graffiti on pictures, so people have been mistreating it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any clips of that out, but apparently it's on this, on the outside. I think it's on the other side of the queue down there. Yeah, I look forward to getting back on this. Let's hope it's not having issues today. It was having issues on opening day. I get that happens, but you got the phalanx speaking over the area. A lot of people go from the hotel over to Nemesis. They'll be turned away. Maybe they go over to Wicker Man, I don't know, but yeah. I might get some more merch today. I'm not entirely sure. I wish they did some more merch and Bunker Knife, or yeah. I'll shut up and get on Toxicator. Hopefully get one through the main queue and one on the single route.
Toxicator substation, electrical flow stabilized.
That's so much fun. Very intense ride. They're only running the one side when I was on there. Maybe it's the lack of people, but they're loading both sides now, it looks like. Yeah, very intense. The person next to me was on his first ride, so yeah, that's really good. I'm still getting used to this mic. Shattering too loud, but yeah. It's such a great ride. But it seems like it's a bit of a different cycle actually. You spend more time at the top. So you start by going up and then stopping and then going forward like that. Yeah, it's a bit of a different cycle than I remember actually. I can't wait till this summer when the water jets go higher. At least I hope they go higher. So yeah, it's a very intense ride. You saw in the queue line just before I got on a quick glimpse of the graffiti. It's not a good look. I'm not a massive fan of that. So yeah, they really need to get a hold of that. But there's a lot of people that are going to do that. It's just what it is, isn't it? No matter where you are. Yeah, it's not the best surface to put on a ride, is it? Everyone's going to graffiti it. So yeah, there we go. You see the red saliva there? Turns green. Fantastic start to the day. On to Nemesis, I hope they've opened the queue early. So I see people up the top there in the queue line, and I saw people that exit the ride, so I told you, didn't I, before I got on Toxicator, that don't always believe them. I mean, yes, it may be delayed at the start, but it might only be a few minutes. It says 35 minutes at the moment, I've just seen. It doesn't seem like there's many people at the top of the hill, that are at the top of the cliff, so I'm guessing it's only one train, like it was yesterday. Apparently they did put the second train on, I just remembered, but yeah, it's not good if it's going to be a 35-minute wait. It doesn't seem too busy at the moment. So I hope it isn't just one train. If you can't afford to run two trains or full capacity, then why bother really? There's literally no point. Yes, it's expensive, but you built the ride in the first place, so yeah. They've not opened the long queue yet, so I keep shouting into this mic. I keep forgetting it's on my jacket, so sorry about that. Great being back in Forbidden Valley. Yeah, can I sit in this station? Yeah, I just looked through the station. There's only one train service, so it's not a good look, is it? They really need to get a grip of that. Really need to get a grip of that. Put in order, but need to put everything in place, sorry, to run at full capacity. I'm really not a massive fan of that. Why do so many parks do that? It's not just exclusive to Europe either. Because America is all the way around the world, so I'll try and get some off-road shots, but it's going to take a while really, running only on one train. So I waited 25 minutes there, advertised at 35, it was actually 10 minutes short, so I'll take that. They're running very efficiently on one train. Would have been nice if they're running both on full capacity. They must have their reasons. I don't know if there's a train problem with the other one, but yeah, we'll see what it is. Maybe they'll put it on 2 trains there on. I hope they do. It's not too busy. The queues are only just at the top of the hill. It's not around the rest of the queue line underneath the lift hill, so yeah, that's alright. So yeah, if it was any busy one train, it'd be a bit of a nightmare. So let's hope they get 2 trains on. But yeah, a very intense ride that is, very fun. I like how close you get to the rock. It's very self-explanatory. A lot of the best things going for this ride are how close you get to the train, the sense of speed, even though technically it's not one of the quickest rides, but you get a really good sense of the speed, especially on the helix section, the inversion of the station, even the turn at the top of the helicopter, vertical loop, so many good elements. It was vibrating a lot though on that ride. Not as much as I've had on previous rides, but I've not had a front row like I did just at in a while, so it might just be that, but yeah, it's that last turn is what I do notice that more than anything, but around the whole around the entire ride it does vibrate. Not uncomfortable, not really rough, but yeah, it's still a very fun ride. Reborn. It's such a great ride. I'm not sure if I prefer this one or the original. The original one, to me, rode a bit better, I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's still a very fun ride though. Now, let's try and get my first ride in Galactica this year. It's my first, probably to be my first ride in years. I can't remember the last time I rode this. All I know is the track's not looking very good. I'll try and get a close-up shot when I got a bit of time, but yeah, I'm going to go down this single rider thing. I think the main queue's to the left down there. That's where you normally go. I like that letter go. I wish they did a bit more with the sign there. You know me and my extravagant signs. It looks good. I just wish it was something more fancy. Spend a bit more money on it, but knowing Merlin, that won't happen, will it? So trying not to diss them too much, but want some improvement there. Yeah, let's go down the single rider. I don't know what the main queue's like. I think it says 15 minutes, so looks like the fast track and single rider go down the same queue. Then you've got ride access down here, so I don't know what this was used before. Is this a new path? It doesn't look too new to me. But look how disgusting that track looks. Look at that. Don't know if you can see that on the current light. It's like that, especially on the lift hill and on basically the whole track really. Very grimy. Yeah, let's see how long we have to wait in single rider. Just look how disgusting it is. All that time in the off season. Only waited about 5 to 10 minutes so far, so pretty simple. I'm so glad they got loads of single riders at the time. You got a Smile at Galactica, not one on Nemesis, but you got one on 13, sorry, and not one on Wicker Man. So there's some rides that you really want a single rider on, but yeah, it takes you right down the side here. I think they're maybe only loading up one station and holding this back behind me, so yeah, I'm not sure how full a single rider line is inside the station, but we're going right down the bottom here. So I'm not used to this, but it's a new path from here. Let's get back in the station for the first time in months. Yeah, here we are. This is where we load. Yeah, right near the up cabin, that side. Yeah, here we are. So that was a pretty solid ride there on Galactica. Only waited about 10 minutes in single rider, and I got a front row luckily. I don't think it makes a difference which route you go because it's quite intense on that backward section after the drop. Going through that portal is really nice. It's a great feeling. It's much better than I thought it would be after such a long time away from that ride. Yes, it's not a long ride. It's fairly smooth. It's a few elements that are good, but yeah, it's fairly solid. I don't hate it like a lot of people do. It's a lot of fun. The restraints are not the best, but they're not the worst I've had. The worst I've been in. So yeah, As you can see though, this is Toxicator, not Galactica. When I got off Galactica, I thought, I may as well give this another go. Took about 5 minutes in the single rider. So yeah, might as well. I mean, really not to, wouldn't it? Yeah, I'm going to make my way to Wicker Man now. I think Wicker Man had a 50-minute queue earlier, so a Nemesis Reborn over there is, I think it's on about 40 minutes on one train, so there we go. A lot of people scream on this one. It's quite hard to hear yourself speak. Quite a loud area, but it's lovely music. It's such an atmospheric area. And one thing to note is that they're only running 2 trains on one side of this station. No 2-station operations on there, which is a shame really. I mean, they're really efficient with what they got, what they're working with. Like a Nemesis Reborn, you do move pretty quick through the queue, and same with Galactica, but yeah, it's running on full capacity on both sides of the station on. Yes, it's got 2 trains and it's not one train, but yeah. It's not great so far operations wise. It's lucky it's not a busy summer day because it would be hectic right now. A lot of stressed people. I'm a bit disappointed in the part of not getting the operations up to scratch, but it is what it is. I've just seen some gondolas for this skyride testing. As I walked past here earlier to go to Forbidden Valley, you could see people up here on these rails. They were doing something. It only opens in 3 or 4 days. Yeah, it's the 30th if I remember correctly. It's nice to see some noises coming out of the station there. You got dark forest up that way, and then down this way to Tower Street. Yeah, it's nice to see this in operation. Spent a lot of money getting this back up and running. Get some great views over the gardens as well. I look forward to getting back on there. Probably in 1 to 2 months. I'm not sure what I'll be back after today, but yeah. Yeah, nice hearing the noises of the skyride. It's very much needed here at this park, because if a ride goes down, you could take 15-20 minutes getting to another one is open, and then that one will go down. So sometimes you get really unlucky if you don't have a transportation method that gets you to another side of the park pretty quickly. Yeah, look at it. A lot of testing going on. Very nice. Walking into the area where Wicker Man is now, the pathways don't feel that busy. Normally you get that sense of how busy it is just by walking through an area. It doesn't feel too bad. Normally the food places have got loads of people waiting outside, and I think I see Wicker Man on 40 minutes. I kind of expected worse, even though it's not technically a very busy day. I'm expecting this not to be on full capacity, so I could be proven wrong. I will say 40 minutes, it was 45 minutes on the app, so it changed a little bit. So yeah, I'm very excited to get back on this. Probably one of my favourite wooden coasters. It might be up there with like Ghost Rider, that kind of coaster. I absolutely love it. It's so aggressive. Got a great storyline. It's like a ritual storyline, isn't it? With Big Bob there. Yeah, 40 minutes, not too bad. Although I think just up there at the centre of the screen is where the queue ends, just before the food place or the food hut. So is that 40 minutes? I can't remember. Yeah, there's a sky ride. It stopped again. Obviously periodic checks. Yeah, I'm not sure how quick the operations are on Wicker Man, and I've not had time to observe it yet, so let's hope it's running on at least 2 trains, hopefully 3, but if it's not full capacity again, I'm disappointed. But yeah, I'm probably going to be proven wrong now. You can see like the wood there from these scare zone. That's pretty cool. I absolutely adore that ride. It's a great GCI. Got into the queue, 40-minute wait, and yeah, it wasn't 40 minutes. It broke down about, I'd say, about 15 to 20 minutes into the ride. And then they kept sending empty trains around, getting it cycling, and it got pretty tiresome actually, the longest bit of the day. And then I got to the battery station, and just before the battery station, and someone, well, I say someone, there might have been a group of people, but yeah, there was a bit of a scuffle in front of me. I think it's something to do with letting someone back in after they've been to the toilet. I don't know what went on there. It's not my business to say. say anything about that. So yeah, I got into the pre-show, and the pre-show is fantastic. I got one flaw with the pre-show, the room's not big enough. Don't you agree? I think that it's the, I don't know how to describe it, it's the, you can't see like the projection really when you're right at the front like I was, which is a bit disappointing. I don't know if I mentioned that before when I've got off with Wicker Man, but yeah, the pre-show's good. You got the Wicked statue, you got all the projections on it, the flames, the whole grand nature of it, the sound to the atmosphere. I loved that. Just that one gripe though, and I got into the station, and because I'm a single rider, I had to wait about 5 more minutes to get fit into the next train that was available for me. So yeah, there's no single rider on that, and I don't know if that would work on Wicker Man, to be honest. There's no spare path or queue for it, so yeah, maybe the exit, I don't know, but yeah, Wicker Man's a great ride. All the forces, the twists and turns. It's a very aggressive GCI. I can't believe that's 7 years old. It's such a great ride. I didn't do it until a few years after its opening. I think it might have been last year or the year before. But yeah, fantastic rides. I just love the forces. You've got your arms in your head, it's like a drag to the side. It's just, and you get a bit of airtime through the statues, through Bob. I couldn't remember that, to be honest. I have ridden that quite a few times in the last year, but a little pop of airtime that really sudden, and then you got another twist, and you got the laterals going around that turn right by the food hut. There's so many things I'm missing out on that ride, but it's such a great ride. There's a few things I don't like. Nothing's going to be perfect, but it's one of my favourite wooden coasters. Wicker Man, one of the highlights of this park, really. So it's time to enter X sector for the first time today. You can hear that Smiley soundtrack in the background. I wish it didn't dominate X Sector's entrance, but I still really like it. It's crazy, isn't it? Where do you think of the ride? Yeah, it's still got quite a crazy soundtrack, and it's a good ride to watch off ride, so. And the operations seem good. I've only been around the area about 5 minutes, and they're sending the trains out quite quickly. Yeah, it's quite hard to get off-road shots on this one, because you don't know when they're going to sync up. Yeah, I love that moment there. I have heard it's running better this season, but you always got to ride it for yourself, really. Always have your own opinion on these things. Yeah, it's such a great spectacle. I love watching it. A lot of these rides you can watch and get a really good time out of it. You can enjoy the atmosphere, and this is one of them, really. Yeah, it's not very busy at all. I was expecting more people to be around here. I know when I last checked the app, I think it was 45 to 60 minutes for the Smiler. So I'm hoping the single rider is alright. It's not actually too long. So yeah, the Smiler, join us. Do you know what? That was actually very good. I never thought I'd enjoy the Smiler again after the first time I rode it back in, I think it was 2015? Or was it 2016? I can't remember. But yeah, back in those days, I was able to do it like 10 or 11 times in a row through the single rider, but that's fantastic today. Yes, it's still shaking, vibrating, but it's not necessarily running that bad on the rails with the wheels. So I'm guessing they changed the wheels, changed some parts on the trains, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, instead of getting some off-road shots, I thought I'd just talk over this. Yeah, you can see the trains going around there. So many good elements. That element there, I think they're going before the last 2 inversions. That's still a bit janky, but this Smiler track here, isn't it? It's something this Smiler's got up. Yeah, it's a fun ride. I still think that it's too much going on though. I wish the elements are more drawn out. Normally you don't want that on a roller coaster, but these it's too tightly packed for my liking. They did a lot of good engineering for this to get it in such a tight space, but yeah, I do like it. They weren't synced up then, but the operations on it are fairly good. They are rushing you through there. They seem a bit moody though, the stuff that I've noticed. On this ride in particular, all the other rides have been fine, but and I have noticed as well, this food area here, where Enterprise used to be, this was just closed, but they just opened it again. But not many people are in here at the moment, so I don't tend to eat at theme parks unless I'm abroad. But yeah, the prices are shocking here, absolutely shocking. You want to bring packed lunch or a few snacks when you're here. Yeah, it's such a good area to be in. Yeah, getting off-road shots of this mode is quite difficult, so are they going to sync up? Are they going to sync up? Normally there's another one coming through here sometime, but yeah, it's a shame really. Picturesque ride. I was going to go on Oblivion straight after the Smiler, But I was busy talking to somebody for about 20 minutes, I reckon. We're just talking about theme park, so a bit distracted. I want to go and do some other things, really. But yeah, Oblivion's really good. I've been on it a number of times over the years. It's a pretty basic dive coaster, I'd say. You're not missing much if you don't experience it. But yeah, this is a nice spectacle here. You can watch off ride from up here as well. Yeah. I'm going to leave X sector now. I was planning on doing that, but I'm going to go and do something else now. Maybe go over to Dark Forest. I know on the app, 13 said it was closed until later, and it still says that. It says opening later. I don't know what that means. Is it going to open at 5 o'clock? Half 5? Is it going to open now? Like, yeah, it's only 25 minutes of smaller. I'm surprised, actually. But of course, how can I forget Hex, the Legend of the Towers? I have ridden this before, but not since its refurbishment. I've missed it the last 2 times I've been here, so I look forward to this. It was on the short queue on the app, so I'm hoping that actually it is. Yeah, I look forward to getting back on this one. I'm not entirely sure what they've done. Oh, I'm at main entrance this way. Make sure I don't go down the wrong one. But yeah, how could I forget about Hex when talking about Dark Forest? This is on the way, isn't it? I can't wait to see what the effects are. Honestly, I'm not a massive knowledge base of this sort of ride. I can kind of go over what the actual ride experience is like, but not the theming. I won't be able to remember what the different details, so yeah, very nice. All I know is it's quite spooky, and I'll be able to take you into the queue line up until the ride experience. But yeah, these madhouses are great.
He was extremely wealthy and extremely religious, but I think as you relate to, how religious he was, to the acts, to the curse that we talk about later on, you can understand why he took it so damn seriously.
As the journey neared its end, a mysterious figure suddenly appeared in the road. The Earl impatiently demanded of the driver why the carriage had stopped. With palm outstretched, an old woman pleaded with the Earl for the charity of a coin. The Earl cruelly dismissed her and instructed his driver to head back to the towers. Scorned, the old woman screamed a curse for every branch of the old oak tree that fell. A member of the Earl's family would die. And true to the old woman's prophecy, a member of the Earl's family suddenly and mysteriously died. Shaken by this tragedy, the arrogant Earl ordered his servants that every remaining branch of the oak tree be chained up in an attempt to prevent further misfortune. Recent restorations revealed a mysterious passageway hidden behind an ancient bookcase. It was this passageway which unearthed a secret stranger than anyone could imagine.
Wow. That is my favourite madhouse by far. There's a lot more going on in that experience. You've got the 2 rooms, then you've got the 3rd room, which is the main part of this story where you've got all the screens around the outside. You've got that engine. Is it an engine? Then you've got the woman at the top that appears after all the curtains go up. I'm not sure if that woman, I say is a woman, but that statue, does it move forward on a rail or something? I don't know, but all the lighting in there is fantastic. Those 2 rooms before that room, they're okay. I wish there was something going on in there, like maybe some smoke effect, maybe some lights. It's just screens, really, telling you the basic storyline. But yeah, it's all to do with either is it the oak tree? And you got the fallen branch. Yeah, I'm not very good at telling the stories of rides, but that was fantastic. And then after that 3rd room with all the props around the outside of that woman at the top that scared a lot of people. Yeah, you go through a corridor, then into either left or right. They're not batching you in left or right, so you've got to hope, you've got to spot on your side. But yeah, it's loading like a normal Wicker Madhouse. You go in there, it's great set design, great theming around the. Is it set design in the actual gondola itself? But yeah, it looks fantastic around the ride vehicle. Absolutely amazing. It seems very churchy to me. But it's got like the stained glass windows. I don't know the proper name, but yeah, it's when the ride starts. I'm finding it hard to speak today because I don't know why I'm knackered, but I am. But yeah, it goes around like normal, but the lighting is much better. There's a couple of different bits I really like when it goes dark and you got all like the stars or the lights like flickering above you. You got the tree roots around the outside with the arties that light it up. That's amazing. The music, I much prefer this score on here for Hex. Yeah, and the lights obviously around the, I say obviously, but around the broken branch, the fallen branch, they light up different colours, so there's a bit more going on in the central area of this madhouse, which I much prefer to the others. But yeah, I do like all the other Wicker madhouses I've done, but this one is far up there, like, as my favourite, so I love Hex. I'm not sure what's different from the old version to the old version I did many years ago, and I didn't do this one straight away when it was refurbished, so yeah, it's fantastic, Hex. Just popped into Dark Forest for a ride on 13. The main queue, as you can see, is all the way back here into the actual forest. 60 minutes advertised, but you might be able to tell I'm going down this single rider, so I've only done this once and it's fairly quick, and you hear good things about this. Normally you're quite quick onto the ride through a single rider, not every ride's like that. But apparently this one's quite good for it. Fast tracking single rider, don't make the mistake of going straight on like I needed once. Yeah, it's a long queue. No luck, nope, not working. As soon as I got to the front of the single rider on 13, just before the baggage area, so not technically the front, but got to there. I was the only one in the single rider, so yeah, I thought I was going to get on quick. But then as soon as I got to that chain, it stopped. And the amount of times that's happened, not just here, it's happened at a lot of parks for me. It's just, some people just have that luck, don't they? But yeah, it's alright. I was only in single rider, so I just walked straight back out. A lot of people have been waiting for about an hour on that, so it wasn't open in the first few hours of the day. And yeah, I'll try and get a ride later on in the day, but it's such a long distance between rides, I thought I'll just leave Dark Forest. I was a very brief bit of time in there, but I'm not bothered with Rita either. I mean, Rita's alright for the launch, but I just thought, I don't need to really stay in it if I'm not going on 13. It's nothing special. You got Gangster Granny Ride on the other side of the park, where the dungeons used to be as well. You got all that part of the park, but it's not my favourite, and I thought I'm going to go through the gardens, have a little stroll. Got about 2.5 hours to go till 6 o'clock. So it's an 8-hour park day, and I've done quite a lot. I did Hex as well for the first time in ages, but yeah, I'm just going to calm down a bit, out of breath. And any amount of walking gets me out of breath. I was really disappointed because I really wanted to get on 13 because there's a great drop track. The outdoors coaster section isn't the best, but it's fun. It's got a trim brake on the drop, but it's for the families. And I can't believe many years ago they marketed that ride as a really scary attraction. That's quite a funny thing to look back on, isn't it, with 13? It's a really good ride, but it's a shame I missed it. It's the only real attraction I really like in the area. I will ride on Rita, of course, if it's a low queue, and it's on 30 minutes at the moment, but I want to do other stuff like Curse at Alton Man, and one of my favourite dark rides. Maybe do something else. And I know Congo River Rapids isn't open, even though technically it reopened at the park at the start of the month. So I don't know what all the boats are like gathered up by the station. I have no idea what's going on there, but yeah, let's just walk through the gardens. I wish I was up there now, getting the views of the gardens. They're always doing intermittent test. Intermittent, is that the word? I can't get the word out, but yeah, you can see it's stuck better. Yeah, I think they're just doing tests at the moment on the gondolas. But here we are. Oh, I don't think I've actually walked down this part of the gardens. I mean, I've walked through the garden plenty of times before, but you got the stairs here. I went down the yellow route. Oh, I nearly tripped. I think I went off route a little bit actually, but it's the joy of coming down it really, because it's just a nice relaxing time. Wow, I can't remember where the fountain is. Have I took the wrong path? I might have took the wrong path, but yeah, well, at least I got something nice to look at. It's very nice. I do love that bridge actually. I've never actually noticed it before. It's the classic part of Alton Towers. Without Alton Towers, it wouldn't really be Alton Towers, would it? Without the gardens. A beautiful area. A lot of people want to see the Cross Valley coaster they have plans for. They may still have the plans, like a wooden coaster or like a hyper coaster maybe. But you don't want it to get really in the way of the beautiful nature we got here. Yeah, it's a shame really if they affect this in any way, but maybe it's protected, I don't know, by the National Trust. I don't know what goes on with the gardens really. I don't really go through it too much or know too much about it. That I'm not that engrossed in that sort of thing really. Normally I just concentrate on the rides, but yeah, it's just nice seeing all the lily pads, all the nature, all the birds chirping. Found it. Here's the pagoda fountain. Oh, the sky ride's going again. It's so peaceful down here. There's a fair few people around here, but they're dotted around here, not like the hustle and bustle of a theme park area like the X Sector or something, which could get really busy. I think I can walk down here. Should I walk down here? I'm not sure. Just look at the trees, they're gigantic. But I like that they don't really change the paths too much, they just keep them all knackered. You got to be careful not to trip over, but I've nearly tripped over plenty of times over the years walking down some of these steps. They can be quite steep. So just be careful if you're coming down into the gardens at Alton Towers, because it can be dangerous, especially for little ones. A lot of steep slopes, a lot of grass verges as well. Yeah, I think I'm about to get back on the yellow route again, I'm not sure. Yeah. Imagine if you back up there on the sky ride. Such a shame I'm missing it by a few days, but like I said earlier, I've already had this day planned, so. It just smells of nature, doesn't it? If you've been here, it just smells like it really. Yeah, just look at this. There's a few more people on this side actually, so it can ruin the vibe a little bit, but it's not their fault really, is it? Yeah, normally there's more going on over this fountain in there. I swear there's more like water around it, more effects. I know they were running that in it at some point, but I can't remember what they were doing to it, so. Yeah, nice to see. Now I've got to climb up there somehow. I know there's some walking paths up there, but it can be pretty steep. Especially when you walk down the other side that I've just walked down, then you've got to go up the hill again, up into the Forbidden Valley. It can be quite knackering. So yeah, I think I'm going to go to Curse now. I'm not sure, I just wing it really, if you know me. I may go back on Toxicator, Nemesis Reborn. I'm not checking the queue times and what else though. I always love a ride on Curse Alton Manor. 5-minute kiddos, you just saw before I got on the ride. Absolutely amazing. I wish I could straight run ride there, but they're very strict here at Alton Towers. I think it's still on 5 minutes. I could go around again, but just taking a leisurely stroll around the park. It's some fantastic use of effects in there. You got the artwork, you got the lighting, you got the props, the animatronics. I think you're included in that, but the animatronics are not fancy. They're nothing special, but they just make use of what they got, and it just works really well with all the lighting. It's not too light in there. You have some really good scenes. There are some dead zones between scenes, but that's alright. But it's nice and relaxing, even though it's kind of a scary ride, so yeah, I really enjoy that actually. A lot of good effects. The trommel's working as well, and I love that scene when you're going towards Emily inside the house on that physical screen. Yes, there's a lot of screens in there, but there's a mixture of everything that makes that ride work well. So I'm going to end my day on Nemesis Reborn. There's a few things I wanted to do but I didn't end up doing, but you can have a plan but then you get to the day and it just doesn't work out, but that's alright. I've only stayed till about 4:30, 6.5 hours. I know it's a long way to come, that many hours at a theme park, but I've done a lot, I feel satisfied. So I could have done Nemesis Reborn a lot more. It's been about half an hour or under for most of the day. 60 minutes at some points, but now it's getting close to the end of the operating hours. It's gone down to 15 actually now, so down 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't need fast track. Yeah, back in the queue, bit of deja vu from earlier. Yeah, can't wait to get on this. Only 15 minutes for a world-class B&M. Way to end the day there on Nemesis on the back row. It's so intense on the back row, isn't it? All the other rides got their intense moments, but yeah, it's just the whole way around. The back row ride, hands in the air, getting close to the elements, to the rock work. I love the bit where you do the version of the station and then it triggers the smoke effect. I love that. I love the, I'm about to say a hairpin, but it's like a helix and a half helix. Really close to the ground. If you stand by the fence, you get like a wind rush through your hair. I love that. It's just a great intense ride. It's world class. It rattles a bit. Well, I said a bit. It rattles for the entire ride and shakes a little bit. It doesn't run this ride as smoothly as the old version, but I still really like it. I think about it when I'm going around the ride, but I'm still putting my hands up. I'm having fun, so it can't be that bad. If it really bothered me, I'd hold it on a bit more and really not like it that much. But it's one of my favourite inverts. I still rank them on to above it, but if we're ranking rides all the time, it's not going to be a fun hobby, is it? So I still do it, but it is what it is. Great way to end the day. And I also saw the waterfalls. I never really paid attention to the waterfalls before, but I just wish they were the blood red colour. But yeah, you can see that in a few parts of the queue. But yeah, overall, great way to end the day. Alton Towers, I've done a lot of my favourite rides today. I had a great day. Not spent all day here. I've got 1 hour to go, so I'm just going to leave now. Long drive home. But yeah, great. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.